Welcome back to the Good to Wild channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, this is a crucial moment in the short term for the price of Bitcoin, as we're now once again testing this crucial area of support in the immediate short term after just perfectly rejecting from this significant area of resistance again in the short term, while we're now starting to see the US stock market officially start to play out this new warning signal, at least in the shorter term, while we're continuing to see more liquidity build just below the price of Bitcoin, and also still building above the price of Bitcoin, which I'll talk about in just a moment, alongside Ethereum, which is now flashing a new signal in the shorter term after, of course, the latest pullback, which could possibly continue a little longer, which I'll also talk about in just a moment, alongside XRP, also continuing to play out the short-term warning signal again. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin and crypto charts today, taking a quick look at the US stock market today. This is the S&P 500 index on the 4-hour time frame, and over this last one trading day, obviously, we've now started to actually confirm this new bearish divergence in the 4-hour RSI between the RSI and the price action. Of course, we have higher highs already confirmed in the price, and we're now actually starting to confirm this lower high in place in the 4-hour RSI for the S&P 500 index. And so far, we have seen basically two confirmation signals here actually start confirming the lower high in place, which is now starting to confirm this bearish divergence. And obviously, I'm recording this video as the stock market's now closed, not just for the day, but also for the week, because as always, the stock market is closed over the weekend. So we're now heading into the weekend, obviously, which means, of course, we have finished off the week basically showing weakness in the price of the US stock market here in the S&P 500 index. Obviously, this is not really good for the weekend price action for Bitcoin and crypto. This is the exact opposite to what we saw at the end of last week. Basically, in the previous weekend here, leading up to the weekend, we actually finished off the previous week, last week, with some strength in the US stock market, as we saw just here, basically Friday, 8th of May. Obviously, we did see a bit of a pump and we held at all-time highs, and we didn't really properly confirm the bearish divergence back then because we were still pushing a bit higher at the very end of the week, which meant for that weekend, for last weekend, we were able to see some strength with Bitcoin and crypto holding up relatively okay over last weekend. But once again, right now, we have weakness heading into the weekend here in the US stock market for obviously the Friday trading day here, which means, of course, while the stock market's now closed for the weekend, we might see a bit of weakness for Bitcoin and crypto as there's a bit of uncertainty in the market right now. And so that is the situation in the shorter term. But remember, as I've been saying this entire time, even if this actually starts confirming and plays out here, of course, a bearish divergence usually plays out in the form of either a sideways consolidation or most likely a bit of a pullback of some sort, but not necessarily a huge crash or bearish trend or anything like that. It's much more likely we're just going to have a bit of a cool off, and it's quite possible we can remain within this larger bullish trend and ultimately head higher at some stage later on. So keep that in mind, understand the difference between the shorter term and the overall trend that we're technically still within. And so with that being said, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today on the weekly time frame, of course, the super trend indicator is unchanged over the last one day, and we're still playing out this massive oversold signal in the weekly Bitcoin RSI. And if we're taking a look at the 3-day Bitcoin price chart, technically speaking, the price structure, despite seeing this short-term pullback, the short-term cool-off, which is to be expected during a bullish trend, but at least for now, the overall trends, the overall price structure here on the 3-day time frame is technically still bullish, at least while we're still holding above this area, sitting in between 72,000 to 76,000, now acting as support. And the next significant resistance to watch out for towards the upside, at least on this chart right here, is sitting at around $86,000 per Bitcoin. But of course, we have some other short-term levels to pay attention to. So if we're zooming further into the short term, taking a look at the 4-hour Bitcoin price chart right now, as of recording this video, the price, first of all, over the last one day or so, perfectly rejected from this exact area of resistance, still sitting in between 82,000 to 82.5k. As I mentioned in my last video here on the channel, once again, expect a lot of resistance in between 82,000 to 82.5k. And as for support, like I mentioned in my last video, once again, we have a lot of support, at least in the short term, in this area, sitting in between around 78.8k to 79.3k, which, as I recorded in this video, we are now testing this area right now. And obviously, over the last 1 to 2 weeks, we've seen multiple perfect perfect bounces from this area of support, which means once again, it's likely, at least for now, going to act as a bit of support for the price of Bitcoin. And obviously it was previous resistance as well. So this is definitely an important level to pay attention to. But considering how the US stock market ended the week, obviously ending Friday here, heading into the weekend, it is potentially possible, and in fact likely, we could see perhaps a slight little pullback, maybe a break below this support. I'll not be surprised, basically. As always, no guarantees, but I'll not be surprised if we see at least a temporary break below this support at some stage within the next couple of days. Maybe during the weekend we could dip a little further towards the downside, also due to the fact that we have liquidity just below the price of Bitcoin. So it might even just be a liquidity grab to wipe out that liquidity and then maybe see another slight little bounce. And so now obviously we've not yet confirmed the break below 78.8k. So for now, once again, still expect support around there. I'm just getting you ready in advance. Do not be surprised if we potentially see some sort of little dip like this at some stage within the next couple of days or so. And the next support to watch out for would be sitting at around 78,000 to 78.1k. And below that, I would expect a bit of support at around 77.6k and major support closer towards around 75,500 if of course we break these other points of support first. And of course, while we're holding this area of support, yes, we could potentially see a bit of sideways price action, but I would not expect a huge bullish movement, at least not right now. Maybe in a week from now, for example, but not right now, not for the weekend. I would not once again expect a significant amount of bullish momentum. Maybe a slight little bounce, of course, is in the cards here, but it's unlikely we'll see a major bullish movement like this, for example, at least this weekend, while we've seen this finish in the US stock market for the week. And if we're taking a quick look at that Bitcoin liquidation heat map again, once again, we have a lot of liquidity just below the price of Bitcoin, very close to the current price, which means there's a high probability, as always, no guarantees, but there's a high probability of this level right here being hit very soon, maybe within the next couple of days. And this is sitting at around 78.3k. So once again, that's sitting right around here on the price chart, just below this support right here. And of course, it is worth pointing out that we still have massive liquidity above the price of Bitcoin as well. And that's sitting at around 82,000 to 82.6k, which is right around this resistance. Once again, this area of resistance is in between 82,000 to 82.5k. So basically, this is telling us that yes, maybe in the short term, we could see a little more weakness here, maybe for the weekend, but let's just say if in the new week sometime, let's just say in half a week or a week from now, for example, we ultimately continue more strength right now in the US stock market, or basically in a week from now, for example, if we continue a bit more strength in the US stock market, then ultimately it's likely we could come back up and try to take out this upside liquidity eventually in the price of Bitcoin. Not necessarily right now, but maybe after we first see a bit more weakness here. And so right now, while the price of Bitcoin is still holding this support, obviously it's likely we could maybe play out just a sideways consolidation of some sort holding this support. But once again, don't expect a significant bullish movement. And of course, if we ultimately break below 78.8k, which I'll not be surprised if that happens potentially at some stage in the next couple of days or so. If that happens, obviously the next immediate target is 78.3k and quite possibly closer towards 78,000 as the next short-term support. And obviously I mentioned these other points of support to watch out for to the downside in case we break these first levels of support. And so basically for this weekend, expect some weakness for the price of Bitcoin. My exact prediction, the best case scenario would be we just continue to hold this support. We kind of just hold this area like this. In my opinion, in my prediction, that's the best case scenario. The potential worst case scenario, not necessarily the fully worst case scenario, but a more likely scenario would potentially be a slight little dip like this below this support and then potentially bouncing at one of these other points of support at some stage within the next couple of days. So ultimately, that's my rough expectation for the weekend. A bit of weakness right now, but not necessarily a huge crash or anything, and then potentially still remaining within this larger bullish trend if we're talking about the next multiple weeks. And so those are my expectations. Those are my predictions directions and the key levels and price targets and signals to watch out for moving forward for the price of Bitcoin. And of course, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of Bitcoin or any crypto, get set up ready to go on a crypto exchange using one of the links below this video in the description or in the pinned comment if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses and also fee discounts and things like that you can claim using those links if you want to. So obviously, if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well take advantage of those extra bonuses using those links to those crypto exchanges. But with that being said, taking a quick look at the Bitcoin dominance chart on the 3-day time frame, and right now the Bitcoin dominance is still just bouncing around in this massive resistance here, sitting in between around 60.5% to 61%. So just in the shorter term, we're actually looking relatively neutral here on the 3-day time frame for the Bitcoin dominance chart, which basically means a lot of the altcoins in the shorter term will likely play out somewhat similar price action to what Bitcoin does here in the shorter term. So keep that in mind moving forward. And if we're taking a look at Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, obviously right now the price of ETH is also still struggling in this massive area of resistance in between 2.2k to 2.4k. So especially the top side of that area, once again 2.4k, obviously continue to expect strong resistance in that area, as I have been warning about for months now on the channel, since before we've seen multiple perfect rejections from that resistance. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, taking a look at the 4-hour Ethereum price chart, obviously over the last one day, Ethereum followed Bitcoin and other major altcoins, and of course also following the stock market with that slight little pullback, starting to confirm the bearish divergence. Once again, Ethereum's just following all of this price action with that slight pullback again in the shorter term over the last one day, and we'll likely see a bit of weakness for the weekend. But now that we potentially have this bullish divergence on the 4-hour Ethereum price chart, with obviously new lower lows in the price in the candle closes, while still currently forming higher lows, not yet fully confirmed, but starting to potentially confirm as of recording this video. We're very early in potentially confirming this new bullish divergence. And so ideally, if we see a little more confirmation here by seeing a bit more of a bounce like this actually confirm with candle closes in the coming hours in the 4-hour Ethereum RSI, in that situation, once again, we have this bullish divergence, which means we're likely going to see either a slight bullish relief or maybe just some choppy sideways price action. Once again, I don't expect a significant bullish movement. I don't expect a massive amount of bullish momentum. At best, maybe just a slight bounce, a slight little bullish relief of some sort, and then potentially running into some points of resistance. First of all, we could find a small amount of resistance at just above 2230, but above that, the next important resistance is at around 2260 to 2270, and I would also expect more resistance at pretty much exactly 2.3k. And as for support to watch out for, we have a lot of support in this area in between around 2150 to 2.2k, but more specifically around 2170 to 2180 as a key level of support to watch out for. And if we're taking a look at the price of XRP on the weekly time frame, once again, we've not yet fully confirmed the reversal out of this larger bearish trend, but in the shorter term, we're still holding this massive level of support at around $1.30. So not a lot has changed on the weekly XRP price chart over the last one day. And if we're taking a look at the 4-hour XRP price chart, looking at the shorter term movements, obviously right now we're still playing out this warning signal, this bearish divergence as warned about here on the channel. Obviously higher highs in the price, lower highs in the RSI, which means we're most likely going to see some sort of pullback or at best some choppy sideways price action, but usually it's a pullback, as we could see right here. Not necessarily a huge crash below all of these lows, starting a new bearish trend or anything like that, but once again, this is a very common outcome in the shorter term from a bearish divergence. And considering it's not yet been invalidated, considering at least for now it is still active, and also considering how the stock market ended the week, it's likely we'll continue to see a bit of weakness in the shorter term for XRP. Now, of course, we can see the occasional green candle like this, just don't necessarily expect the green candles to be very large, at least for this weekend. Maybe at some stage in the new week, we could see a bit more bullish price action, depending on how the stock market and Bitcoin, etc. actually perform. But just for the weekend, once again, expect a bit of weakness. At best, maybe some choppy sideways price action, quite possibly a little more of a pullback within the next couple of days. And as for support and resistance, first of all, if we do see a slight little bounce here, I would expect a lot of resistance in between around $1.45 to $1.47, and especially closer towards $1.49 as a key level of resistance to watch out for. And as for support, we do have a small amount of support at around $1.43, but the next important support support is at around $1.41, and below that we also have a crucial level of support here at around $1.38. And if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the 3-day time frame, obviously we're still stuck in this massive sideways price range here, perfectly bouncing from my exact support and rejecting from my exact resistance. So obviously continue to expect strong support in between $75 to $80 and strong resistance from within $95 to $105, which once again over the last multiple days is exactly where the price has once again rejected from, as warned about here on the channel months ago, since before even this rejection back here. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, taking a look at the 4-hour Solana price chart, technically speaking, once again, this bearish divergence, this short-term warning signal is still currently active. It's not yet been invalidated, which means it's still influencing the price in the shorter term. And once again, as I've been saying throughout the video, especially with how the stock market ended the week, basically expect a bit of weakness for the weekend, for the next couple of days potentially. Don't expect a significant amount of bullish price action or bullish momentum, maybe the occasional little bounce here and there, but overall, once again, expect weakness, either a slight pullback of some sort or at best some choppy sideways price action for the weekend. And as for support and resistance, technically we still have a bit of support here at around $88.60, give or take, which so far we're still running into this support. And as for further support, first of all, we have some at around $87.60, and of course more support in between $85 to $86. And as for resistance, if we were to see a bit more of a bounce here, I would expect some resistance at around $90.70 approximately, and major resistance closer towards just above $93, around $93.20, give or take. And if we're taking a look at the price of Chainlink on the 3-day time frame, once again, right now we're still testing this major area of previous resistance, at least for now, still acting as support, which is some good news for the price of Chainlink, and that's sitting in between $9.50 to $10. So once again, expect support from within that area in between $9.50 to $10. But once again, as I've been saying throughout the video, the theme of the video is expect some weakness for the weekend, which means we'll likely see a continued retest of this area of support over the weekend for the price of Chainlink. But at least for now, while we hold that level, and if ideally we see a further bounce from that level in the coming days or over the next week or so, of course, that could potentially just be further confirmation of this breakout, flipping previous resistance into support if we crucially hold this as support. That it's very important for the price of Chainlink, because as I've explained recently here on the channel, if of course we break back below $9.50 to $10, especially with candle closes back below $9.50, in that situation, that'd be a very bearish signal and would completely invalidate this breakout if we actually confirm a break back below around $9.50. And so that is the crucial area of support to pay attention to in the coming days as we continue to test that area and show a bit of weakness in the shorter term. And of course, the next significant resistance towards the upside is still sitting at around $12. And obviously from the current price as recording this video towards that $12 target is still roughly a 19 to 20% move towards the upside. And that's with no leverage. As always, not financial advice, but that's still a potential opportunity. But remember, the point of invalidation that would invalidate that potential trade right here would be, of course, a break back below this area in between $9.50 to $10. And so those are the short-term risks to consider, my short-term expectations and the bigger picture, what's happening right now, my price targets, my expectations moving forward. And once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links below this video to those crypto exchanges if you want to take advantage of massive bonuses and fee discounts that you can claim using those links if you want to. So once again, if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well take advantage of those bonuses using those links. But with that being said, if you want to actually know how you can trade these moves, no matter what direction the price goes, to profit at all times in the market, then make sure to watch these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next video.